Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Emily Haugen. A Wisconsin family rushed to help a woman who they say appeared to be running for her life. Police say the woman was an alleged victim of a sexual assault, and now they are searching for the perpetrator. Talia Mulhedin reports.
The dog started barking like crazy.
In a wave of confusion,
crying from downstairs,
fear,
oh my God,
and shock.
It was pretty disturbing.
Bursting into the Phillips' family home Thursday night,
she was running for her life.
A young woman in need of help.
I see this woman I hadn't seen before, and she's crying, and she says, like, he attacked me, and then it kind of clicked for me.
Police say the woman had been walking on the Oregon Rotary bike trail in the town just off of Highway D when she was tackled and sexually assaulted by a stranger.
We did send a pretty large response out last night. We had a crime scene unit out there as well as our drone team and detectives in the area.
A day later, many of the area's residents are expressing their anger.
Nobody should have to have somebody walking with them or whatever. They should be able to walk alone, run alone, or do what they want to do.
My wife and daughters all live here, and this is basically our backyard.
That's really what I can't get over, the fact that it was the middle of the day, you know.
So brazen.
Yeah.
Police say after the woman was able to get away from her attacker, the man fled to a nearby parking lot where they believe he left in a car. The Phillipses are glad to have been home to help, but also wishing they could have done more.
It's just like such a stressful situation. I wish there was like the right thing to say when in a moment like that to make her feel better.
Hopefully they catch him.
So police say they have been able to recover evidence from the scene, and that evidence is now being processed and will hopefully help in their investigation. Well, back here in La Crosse, Wisconsin's Supreme Court candidate Janet Protasiewicz visited La Crosse today. The judge stopped by the La Crosse Democratic Party's office to launch canvassing efforts in the area. According to her, canvassers play an important role on the campaign trail.
They work very, very hard to talk to people about potential issues that might come in front of the Supreme Court. But we also work very hard to make sure we get our messaging out to people, TV and radio and digital, and myself as well, going absolutely everywhere I can.
So News 8 Now reached out to her opponent, Justice Dan Kelly, for comment. In a statement, a campaign rep said, in part, quote, if someone approaches you about voting for Janet Protasiewicz, ask why her personal values and politics should guide Supreme Court decisions rather than the Constitution, and then say you support the rule of law, not the rule of Janet. A vote for Justice Daniel Kelly is a vote for the rule of law in our Constitution, unquote. So we will post the full statement on our website. That is news8000.com.
Well, we only saw some cloudy skies early on today, and then those clouds did clear out as we progressed into those early to mid-afternoon hours. And as you can see now, we're pretty much sunny with just a few clouds remaining here across the area. Some spots did see a little bit of some snow here, mainly off towards the extreme eastern counties. And you'll see that loop here as it starts over right there across portions of Adam and Juneau County early this morning. That's thanks to a departing storm system that continues to exit the area. But the rest of the News 8 Now viewing area was pretty dry here today, and also a little bit gusty here at times. We saw wind gusts over 20 miles an hour in some spots here this afternoon here too. And as far as what our high temperatures were mainly into the 40s and 50s, with La Crosse being one of the warmer spots at 52. Same can be said down south in Boscobel. Meanwhile, areas like La Crosse were a little cooler than the rest of us. We saw high temperatures up there around 43. Now, as far as what we can expect here as we head throughout the night, we're looking at clear skies. Temperatures are going to be dropping into the 30s and the low 30s, especially as we head into overnight tonight into early tomorrow morning. Speaking of tomorrow morning, that's when we can expect the clouds to increase across the area, making it mainly cloudy, and that's pretty much going to lead to what we could be looking at for the rest of the day tomorrow too, Emily. So we'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
Can't get too much of the sunshine today, right?
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy it. Take it while you can.
Seriously. All right. Thanks, Derek. And over in Sparta, the winter farmers market season drew to a close. The Justin Trails Farmers Market held their last shopping event of the season today. Organizers say people come from all over the region to check out their market.
People have been coming from far away, like people came from Viola and they had breakfast, so they came just specifically for breakfast and to go to the market. They come from Holman, Alaska, so all over the area.
Well, there were plenty of options to help shoppers prepare for spring, including homemade baked goods and fresh fruits and vegetables. Well, speaking of baked goods and also in Sparta, sweet treats for a good cause. The Sparta Area Cancer Support Team held its 13th annual spring bake sale. There were plenty of Easter treats on hand, and the sale honors the memory of Orrin Peterson, who died of cancer in 1994. All proceeds from the bake sale go to support SACS. That money helps families financially. The founding members say that the bake sale is a family affair.
This is a whole family event that we do. Everybody helps us, steps in and bakes, or they help set up, or there's just a lot of different things that everybody helps with.
So the next bake sale will celebrate a huge milestone, 20 years this December. Well, back here in La Crosse, Blaine's Farm and Fleet reopened today after a big renovation. Customers got to enjoy special promotions for the big day and checked out the store's fresh new look. The store's events coordinator says customer feedback played a big role in the remodel.
We always get feedback from our customers. We always get feedback from other stores. We have 45 locations, so we want to make sure that each store has the same unique look and that it's really flowing for all of our customers.
And even Green Bay Packer legend Dylan Hughes joined in on the celebrations. The reopening also celebrated the store's 40th anniversary. Well, bikers put the pedal to the metal for a good cause this morning. The Doll YMCA in La Crosse is using cycling to support Live Strong and Youth Strong. Teams signed up to bike in person or virtually to raise money for cancer research. Organizers say this event helps encourage people to pay it forward.
So many people have been touched by cancer, and I believe once people know what the fundraiser is for, I don't think there's a family in the community that has not been touched.
So teams raised at least $21,000 today. If you'd like to still help with the fundraiser, you can donate online at La Crosse YMCA's website. We'll post the link at news8000.com. Well, coming up on News 8, Italian police are on the lookout for a man who jumped 3 stories into the Venice Canal. A look at his leap up later. But first, the latest after President Biden ordered airstrikes on Syria. That's coming up after the break. Stay with us.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford SUV to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Does your pet show signs of an irritated mouth, like bad breath or abnormal chewing habits? The most common emergency that Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics sees is a painful tooth that owners are seldom aware of. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen today to schedule a free dental exam. 608-526-2200, because nobody likes a sore tooth.
Hey, think fast. You gotta think fast during tournament time at Osseo Automotive, because the great deals won't be on the court for long.
We have over 100 new Fords in stock. Broncos, F-150s, Super Duties, Escapes, Explorers, and more. Stretching from Osseo to Fountain City. 0% financing, huge discounts, and a great inventory of new and pre-owned vehicles. Osseo Automotive is Osseo Ford and Nels Gunderson Chevrolet in Osseo, Rudy's in Whitehall, and Fountain City Ford.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
U.S. bases in Syria were targeted again Friday by Iranian-backed forces. It comes after President Biden ordered retaliatory airstrikes after an Iranian drone attack killed 1 American and wounded at least 6 others. Bradley Blackburn has the latest.
Video shows the aftermath from American airstrikes against what officials say is the headquarters of Iranian-backed Islamic Revolutionary Guards in Syria. The Pentagon says 2 different facilities were hit.
The facilities were located near Dar Zur, in eastern Syria, and we're continuing to assess the outcome of the strikes. Initial indications are that the facilities were destroyed.
The airstrikes came after a suspected Iranian drone hit a U.S. base in northeastern Syria Thursday. One U.S. contractor was killed and at least 5 service members wounded. The base's air defense systems were not fully operational at the time. President Biden ordered the response and spoke about it during a state visit to Canada Friday.
The United States does not emphasize seek conflict with Iran, but be prepared for us to act forcefully, protect our people.
But there are more flashpoints between the U.S. and Iran. Iranian drones have been used by Russia in Ukraine, and U.S. officials say Iran is months away from gaining the ability to produce a nuclear weapon. The Pentagon promises it is ready to prevent that.
We, the United States military, have developed multiple options for our national leadership to consider if or when Iran ever decides to develop an actual nuclear weapon.
It's unclear whether attacks on American forces in Syria are ordered by Iran's government or just encouraged, but American officials say Iran is responsible regardless. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
So about 900 American troops are in Syria working with local forces there to control remnants of the ISIS terror network. While coming up on News 8, students at an Iowa university are paying it forward to a special lunch lady. How they're returning the love when we come back.
And I'm First Warn meteorologist Eric Sibley. It was a great start to the weekend. I'll let you know how tomorrow looks coming up in just a few minutes after the break.
Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
He's going to speak now.
The bad news. Most cell companies only give you discounts if you meet their hidden requirements.
I bet he says the good news now.
The good news. US Cellular gives you $830 off any phone when you choose an unlimited evolved plan. No plan restrictions or trade-ins needed.
So nice.
So, friend who always has a broken phone can finally get a new one.
It's just a scratch. It's broken.
No. Oh.
It's busted.
We're good. Oh, no.
Get $830 off any phone with no hidden requirements. US Cellular, built for us.
On abortion rights, do you want extremist Dan Kelly holding the gavel? Kelly wants abortion banned even in cases of rape, incest, and the health of the mother. He'll uphold the 1849 criminal abortion law that allows doctors and nurses to be jailed for performing abortions. And he'll strip women of their freedom to make their own decision on abortion. So don't give Dan Kelly a gavel with your vote. He's just too extreme.
There's times when you don't hear things, you don't realize it. So that's when I first started wanting to get hearing aids. The customer service sold me. You have a problem, you can come in here and somebody's going to take care of you. A friend of mine was looking for a new place to go, and I recommended Better Hearing. I just told him the customer service is excellent. That's what keeps me coming back. It's a good place to come.
Better Hearing Center, 11th and Main on Alaska, next to St. Pat's Church.
This time of year has many different names. We call it Showtime. It's when there's work to be done and fun to be had. Plus, it's time for spring bonus offers at your Northland Ford dealers, where you can save big on a Ford SUV to make it all happen. Start the season off right with 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. It's showtime. Now for a limited time only, get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 in open trade assist on select Ford SUVs. Only at your Northland Ford dealers.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere.
At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you.
So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you.
With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
An employee at an Iowa university isn't just making sure students are well fed, she's making sure they feel the love too. Now students are returning the favor. Ryan Russell has the story.
Thank you, Brian. How are you, buddy?
You know you're loved.
Yeah. When was the last time a lunch lady greeted you by name?
Hi, Anthony. You know you're going to be on TV.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Marietta Jackson is no ordinary lunch lady. For 15 years, she's been a powerful light that brightens the Drake University Hubble Dining Hall.
Hi there.
Hi, Marietta.
How are you?
Doing well.
Good.
And she makes everybody that passes by her cashier station feel right at home.
She's an amazing woman. She's always so kind. She takes care of us, and she always makes you feel special.
They love me. I love them too. They know I'm the mom away from home.
She knows everybody's name. She lights up your day, makes you feel welcomed. You would never guess she's going through what she's going through.
What she is going through might wipe that smile away, but not Jackson.
I have ovarian cancer, which has not been pleasant at all.
Jackson has been on and off the job and in the hospital dealing with scary health issues. That's when Drake basketball player Maggie Bear opened up a GoFundMe account for her, and it's raised more than $18,000 for medical expenses.
I feel surrounded with love.
And that love is mutual.
To have that level of warmth and comfort and joy come out of this one little body is something that I feel like everybody looks forward to. I know I look forward to it.
Jackson says she's trying to work as much as she can through her diagnosis, and she asked us to let her send a message.
I feel their prayers, and I am truly blessed. Thank you so much. I don't even know how to say thank you. Thank you.
A special person surrounded by her special students in the lunchroom.
Can I have a hug?
Yes.
So the GoFundMe donations for Marietta Jackson have now reached $20,000 and continue to grow. That's pretty incredible. Well, authorities in Venice, Italy are searching for a man who jumped off a 3-story building into a canal. So the video recorded on Thursday shows the moment the man, wearing only boxer shorts, jumps from a building rooftop into a canal and lands on his belly. The city is urging its residents to help identify the person, who is believed to be a tourist. Venice's mayor said he would, oh, there he goes, he would give the man a, quote, certificate of stupidity and a lot of kicks, quote. That's such a funny way of putting it.
Wow, you gotta be pretty brave to do something like that.
I know. I was gonna say, like, it's a little cold to do something like that here, but I feel like Wisconsinites are like 50 degrees.
That's like nothing, right?
It's nothing.
Yeah, that's like a walk in the park, literally. You can wear t-shirt and shorts in that type of weather, right?
I'm not kind of crazy. So.
Yeah, no. I tried it though today. I was like, yeah, I'm a little cold. I'm gonna get a jacket and just, yeah. So anyway, but hey, I could tell you that today was kind of one of those days where it was a little bit on the breezy side here too. So we saw those temperatures in the 50s, and we saw the wind speeds pick up here at times too. So that in turn did make temperatures feel like it was a little cooler here for us to work with today. But I do want to start off with our time lapse here, because we did see pretty clear weather conditions here early on, with the exception of some clouds. So maybe not so clear, but what I'm trying to say is that it was pretty quiet. But you could see those clouds, though, work in the upper levels of the atmosphere. We saw some of those high-level cirrus clouds across the area. But by the time we reached the early afternoon, let's say around 2 o'clock or so, we saw those clouds clear out, maybe just a couple of clouds here and there across the area. And we saw pretty much blue sky throughout the rest of the day. And again, we may see some of those clouds here develop. But overall, it was a mostly clear weather day across the area. 52 was our high today in La Crosse, about average for this time of the year. Our low temperature recorded at 6:30 in the morning this morning, around 32 degrees, also near average here as well. Here's what it currently looks like. We got sunshine, temperatures at 49 degrees, same temperature here at the TV station as well. Northwest winds at 16 miles an hour. River Stage is at 6 feet there. Meanwhile, in Eau Claire today, you saw high temperatures much cooler at 43 degrees. That's a tad below average of the 46-degree mark. 27 was our low this morning. That was pretty average as well for this time of year. Now, what it currently looks like is it's dropping here a little bit at 42 degrees. It feels like 36, though, when you factor in the winds at around 10 miles an hour. Again, it's slightly gusty here today. We saw wind gusts recorded just over 20 miles an hour across portions of the area, but not too bad compared to what we were dealing with last weekend, though. That was all thanks to a departing storm system well to our east now. You can see some of the wraparound of some of that snow on the back side, the west and northwest side of the system here. And in fact, some of that actually did clip our extreme eastern counties of the viewing area. We're talking really about eastern Adam and Juneau County there. That saw a little bit of that early on. And then after that, it was pretty much blue sky everywhere across the area today, with high temperatures mainly into the 40s and 50s, really across much of the News 8 viewing area. Here's the current temperatures. You can see Winona right now is at 45, Black River Falls at 46, Sparta's at 50 degrees now. Still in the 50s down in Boscobel. You're currently at 50. 51, Volkfield at 47. For tonight, we drop down to 27 degrees under mostly clear skies, pretty seasonable conditions as well. West-northwest winds. For tomorrow, much lighter as far as those wind speeds go. North-northwest at 5 to 10, 46 for our high, mostly cloudy and slightly on the cooler side here of things. And we'll top it out on Sky Tracker as well. And you can see maybe just a few clouds here to work with for tonight. Overnight tonight, mostly clear skies. We start to see those clouds increase again by tomorrow morning. Maybe a slight chance of a flurry here as we head into early tomorrow. Otherwise, expect those mainly cloudy skies to really just continue across the area. So a check on the forecast here as we head into next week. We're talking about mainly cloudy weather conditions. Temperatures just a little cooler than average with highs into the 40s up until Thursday and Friday. That's when we get slightly back to normal with our temperatures, but at the same time, probably some good rain chances to end next week, next work week, that is.
All right.
Yeah.
Could be worse, right?
It could be. We could be talking snow, right?
Exactly, like they have in Madison.
Yeah.
I'm glad we don't have that.
Exactly.
All right, thanks, Derek.
Yep.
Well, coming up in sports, a preview of tonight's big NBA game between two potential MVPs. And we're just 5 days away from opening day. Cade's got an update on how the Brewers are looking. Sports is next.
20th Annual Early Bird Home Show lowest prices of the year on 2023 projects. Only at the Board Store Home Improvements, 524 Copeland Avenue, La Crosse. Get started today.
Get tax relief savings now at Home Furniture. Everything is on sale. And when you spend $9.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief discount. Plus 3-year special financing with no money down and no minimum purchase. 7% tax relief savings now at Home Furniture.
There are so many things we take for granted, and along with them, sometimes we take the people who depend on them for granted too. How can they survive with record increases in their basic cost of living, and through no fault of their own, they're being left behind? If you or someone you know needs a hand up, our energy and water providers are working together to keep you safely in your home. You may not ask for it, but we're here to help.
Hi, I'm Mike Pitts, co-owner of Sugarloaf Ford Lincoln in Winona, Minnesota with my son Andy, and we've been in the business for 45 years. It's a family business. And when you walk in the front door, it should feel like a family business. We take good care of our internal customers, that's our employees. And in turn, they take great care of our customers, and they love the experience, and guess what? They want to come back. Some of these employees have been here 30 to 40 years. We know them, we know their family. We do care, and it will show.
A man brutally attacked and sexually assaulted a woman. The victim spent endless nights unable to sleep, plagued by nightmares. Judge Janet Protasewicz called the offender many females' worst nightmare, but she cut his sentence to only 2.5 years in prison. Judge Janet's dangerous judgment puts our families at risk. That's why sheriffs throughout Wisconsin support Dan Kelly. He's the only candidate we can trust to keep violent felons off our streets. On April 4th, vote Justice Dan Kelly. Fair Courts America is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Spring has sprung at Home Seasonal Concepts, and everything is on sale. Plus, when you spend $9.99, you'll get an extra 7% tax relief savings on patio sets, wicker, and fire tables with 3-year special financing. 7% tax relief savings at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
We're just 5 days away from opening day, and that means it's time to get locked in for the Brewers season. They open the year in Chicago against the Cubs before coming back to Milwaukee for 2 series against the Mets and the Cardinals. It's a tough start to the year, so it'll be a good test to see what this team is like. What we do know is for the 2nd straight year, Corbin Burnes will be on the mound on opening day. He was a Cy Young winner 2 seasons ago and is still one of the best pitchers in the National League after last season, and the Brewers will look to him to lead the way once again. Also announced yesterday, the Brewers informed Keston Hiura that he will not make the team. Hiura has been a utility guy that's played in 284 games in the last 4 seasons and has made a couple of big at-bats as well, but the Brewers have decided to move on. But there it is, next Thursday, the Brewers against the Cubs for opening day. Cubs have Marcus Stroman listed as their starter. Milwaukee is 3-3 in their last 6 opening day games. We'll see if they can start their season with a win next week. And a check-in on the Twins as well. They're starting the season in Kansas City, and Pablo Lopez will be on the mound for Minnesota. Lopez is new to the Twins this year, but started 32 games last year for Miami, finishing the season with a 3.75 ERA. So we'll see what he can do in his Minnesota debut. And it seems like forever ago, but after signing with 3 different teams this offseason. Carlos Correa is in Minnesota for his 2nd straight season. The shortstop is hoping to lead the way offensively for the Twins. Has been heating up in spring training, hitting his first home run earlier this week. Twins also starting the season on Thursday. They'll have the Royals with Zach Greinke on the mound against Pablo Lopez. Twins had a good start to the season last year before having a second half collapse. We'll see if they can get started on the right foot later next week. And in the NBA, the Milwaukee Bucks are rolling. They're 26-4 in their last 30 games and are coming off of a big win on the road in Utah to start their 4-game road trip. But no time to rest as Giannis and company are already back at it tonight. We've got the second night of a back-to-back in Denver, taking on the top team in the West in the Nuggets. A big MVP versus MVP matchup as 2-time winner Giannis will go head-to-head with Nikola Jokic in what should be a fun storyline. This one's on the West Coast and won't tip till 8 p.m. tonight, but I'll try to have the highlights tonight at 10. That's all for now, but come back tonight for a look at the Wisconsin Badgers football team during their first spring practice under Coach Luke Fickell. We'll be right back.
Stories are told on our Instagram at WKBT News 8. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Downtown Main Street has partnered with Performance Food Service, a local supplier, to promote the culinary experience of our fantastic local restaurants for Downtown Dining Week, March 27th through April 2nd at these local businesses: Piggy's Restaurant and Lounge, Uno Venti, Bennett O'Reilly's Pub, Four Sisters Wine and Tapas, Sula's Cuisina, and more restaurants.
There were severe health complications with my baby when I was pregnant. We made the decision to have an abortion so our daughter wouldn't suffer. Dan Kelly doesn't believe that women should even have that freedom. On the Supreme Court, Dan Kelly will uphold the criminal ban on abortion. Someone you love might struggle with a pregnancy like I did. And that's why we can't have an extremist like Dan Kelly on the Supreme Court.
Chevy Silverado and new Silverado HD. Choose your own path with the #1 best-selling retail full-size pickup and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all Silverado 1500 pickups. And current Chevy owners get $2,500 cash allowance on this Silverado with a turbo high-output engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Here's another check on your 8-day forecast. Mainly cloudy skies for tomorrow. Lots of clouds as we head into much of next week here, at least through Wednesday, before rain chances pick up for Thursday and Friday. High temperatures warming up into the 50s for Thursday and Friday as well. And then as we head into next weekend, mostly sunny for your Saturday, followed by some cloudier skies on Sunday. 40s and 50s for the highs there. Low temperatures mainly into the 20s. Some of those days into the lows 30s there as well. But yeah, not really a whole lot of sunshine, unfortunately, here to work with. So kind of take what you can get here, at least for today, unfortunately.
Softball, all the outdoor sports are getting going, so at least they'll have nice weather for that.
There you go.
Yeah, about time. All right, thank you so much for watching News 8. We'll hope you'll join us again tonight at 10.